Hi, my name is Emre Yildirim, a PhD student at the University of Manchester. It is Friday the 2nd of December and this is your Fusion News Update. Today's stories include 1. British nuclear fusion startup plans $570 million reactor. 2. Clean fusion energy leader Tae Technologies wins $17.4 million CalCompetes grant. 3. BEIS commits $120 million to spearhead nuclear fusion innovation. 4. CNL and First Light Fusion partner to explore tritium extraction technologies. 5. Covering a cylinder where the magnetic coil triples its energy output in nuclear fusion test. And there are some bonuses for you at the end too. 1. British nuclear fusion startup plans $570 million reactor. In our first story today, British startup and FIA member First Light Fusion CEO sat down with the Telegraph to discuss exciting options for their new $570 million reactor. First Light Fusion are looking to build their first fusion pilot plant capable of producing 60 megawatts and critically of producing tritium. Tritium, a heavy isotope of hydrogen, is one of the main fuel components for many fusion reactors and is currently in scarce quantities due to its short half-life. The fusion plant is looking to be in operation in the early 2030s. First Light's fusion approach is unique. They fire a projectile from a gas gun into a pellet containing fusion fuel at around 20 times the speed of sound. In the article, Nick Hawker discusses the issues with tritium supply. One of the major engineering challenges of fusion is being able to produce enough tritium yourself. With our design approach, that's quite an easy thing to do. So with this pilot plant, we will maximize that strength. It will be designed to overproduce tritium that will unblock the scalability of the technology, allowing us to scale out many more power plants much more quickly. While appreciating that they need to prove net gain first, it was a really positive interview, highlighting yet another company on their way to producing their first pilot plant. For me, the interview also showed how people in fusion are looking at the real challenges and the really difficult ones and offering up innovative solutions. 2. Clean fusion energy leader Tae Technologies wins $17.4 million CalCompetes grant. Our second story is another FIA member, and that's Tae Technologies based out of California, winning a $17.4 million CalCompetes grant. Now this grant was given to them to directly fund fusion jobs in California and with Tae. Tae offer a different solution to First Light, with their approach centering around the use of proton-boron fuel, which produces an aneutronic reaction, resulting in far fewer neutrons produced by the fusion plasma. This is beneficial as neutrons can cause complex materials challenges and radioactivity in materials, but this reaction requires even higher temperatures. Their approach involves firing two hot balls of plasma at each other, forming a spinning hot plasma that's held together by magnets and stabilized by neutral beam injectors. On TAE, D.D. Myers, director of GoBiz and senior advisor to Governor Gavin Newsom, said, TAE is a leader in commercial fusion, working to develop technology that will deliver clean, sustainable, cost-effective and safe energy. We're pleased to support their work to further a green energy economy in California and around the world while creating good jobs here in our state. An exciting story showing not just how fusion energy is an environmentalist dream, but also something that really excites the business sector too. 3. BEIS commits $120 million to spearhead nuclear fusion innovation. The Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy in the UK has announced £120 million more to support fusion energy research in the UK. Now, this is following on from the UK's target to have 24 gigawatts of nuclear power by 2050. And this money is there to aid what's been described as a strong homegrown energy sector. With commitment in spending for JET, the Joint European Tourist, and the fusion energy sector, where a challenge fund will be set out to engage businesses in solving some of fusion's technological challenges. With issues around energy security a really hot topic at the moment, it's really fusion's time to shine. 4. CNL and First Light Fusion partner to explore tritium extraction technologies. Now, to follow up our earlier story about First Light, Canada's National Nuclear Laboratory have teamed up with them to explore tritium extraction technologies. As stated earlier, this is a key technology in enabling fusion, and CNL have plentiful supply of experience in dealing with the problem. This was exemplified by Ian Castillo, head of CNL's Hydrogen and Tritium Technologies Directorate, describing their relationship with the technology. CNL has a long and extensive history in the development of technologies and safety systems. to safely manage tritium, given their presence in the CANDU reactors here in Canada. These CANDU reactors are nuclear fission plants that are cooled by deuterated water, where instead of H2O, you have D2O, 2 parts deuterium and 1 part oxygen. When they are irradiated in the fission plant, the deuterium captures a fission neutron, turning it into tritium. This comes hot off another FIA member, Canada's General Fusion, signing a Memorandum of Understanding with CNL. And this is not just to explore tritium enabling technologies, but fusion enabling technologies as a whole. General Fusion looks to use piston-driven compression of a fusion plasma, utilising the same deuterium-tritium fuel as first slides. This Memorandum of Understanding will leverage the CNL's Chalk River laboratory, boasting great experience with clean energy research. These two stories are a great boost to Canada's fusion energy sector, and it's really great to see some international collaboration. But what's also wonderful to see is people leveraging some of the knowledge we already have in some of these technologies in order to enable fusion quicker. 5. Covering a cylinder with a magnetic coil triples its energy output in nuclear fusion test. Now our final story is a bit more academic and centres around the National Ignition Facility in the US, where teams from the US, UK and Japan are collaborating on the improvement of their inertial fusion confinement device. NIF previously made a big leap in achieving break-even in their device, but these tests have since been hard to repeat. By utilising suggestions from modelling work, they have adapted their hull ram by changing the alloy composition from gold to gold tantalum, by changing that alloy composition, fuel, and adding a magnetic coil. The hull ram is the small cylinder that contains the fuel and is ablated by the laser to produce X-rays, which heat the fusion fuel. This increased the ion temperature by 40% and the fusion output by 3.2 times. An exciting result, and this actually helped them get them even closer to theoretical break-even, something that really feels around the corner with some of these fusion experiments going on. And now for some bonuses. First job vacancies go live at new Nottinghamshire Fusion Energy Plant. Now you've probably heard a lot in fusion news about all the different siting options for the UK STEP programme, which is the first fusion energy device that the UK government are going to build. Now this should be energy producing and probably operate in around 2040. And it's really exciting to see that our first jobs at the new site are up and running. And then these are mainly kind of managerial and preparation, but it really feels like it's coming to fruition and we're really starting to see movement on a lot of this work going on. Now our second bonus is a TEDx talk by Richard Pearson, co-founder of FIA affiliate Kyoto Fusioneering based in Japan. And this provides a really great overview of the need for fusion, the current changes that have led to fusion being even more sought after, and also how we're going to end up getting there. So it's a really interesting talk to kind of take you from the basics of fusion all the way up to the kind of work that we're doing now. So that's everything for today. Thanks so much for listening and watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.